In this video, we are going to work on importing sounds from outside of the programs and set up some sounds for thrusters when you're thrusting, losing when you lose, and winning when you win. So let's get started. We're going to jump right in to Unity for this time, and we're going to get some sounds into our system. So I'm going to create a new folder called Sounds, and apparently went in the Scenes folder, so that's lovely. There we go. And we're going to grab some sounds that I have from outside of the game. Some of them I created in BFXR. I think one of these was from like an old Asteroids game I found as a thruster. They're just sounds I found from somewhere. I'm just going to drag and drop them, and they'll go right into the system. Simple as that. Let's go ahead and adjust them. Let's see. Where are the friggin' settings? There we go. So we need. Oh, it's on the audio source. I was looking for the looping option, and they're on the audio source in here, not on the actual sound itself. So if we go ahead and go through the sounds, we should have this one. Hopefully it's loud enough where you can hear it. That is an explosion. We have a thrust, which is an annoying looping sound. And then we have a wind sound, which is really weird, made in BFXR. But that's what we're going to use. And they're easy enough. We just dropped them in. Honestly, I want to keep them compressed in memory on these settings just because we don't really care too much. These are tiny, so we'll go ahead and do that. And that's it. Let's see. So thruster is going to be the hard one. Let's start with winning and losing because those are both tied to the platform, so it makes it really simple. So let's find our platform script. We need some way for sound to play, which means we're going to need an audio source to play out sound. We can have our platforms have the audio source. See, we're not doing anything really special. I mean, we could have the game manager hold. We'll just put it on the platform. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do. Just make it super simple. And then our platform, let me double check here. Platform. No, where did I put the audio source? Did I put it on the game manager? Oh, because I play the set. Oh, yeah, okay, duh. That makes a lot more sense. So while our platforms handle the winning and losing, the game manager itself handles the winning and losing events. Therefore, it can play the sounds. So we'll go ahead and add the audio source on our game manager. Duh. Okay, there we go. And that's where the stupid loop button was at that I was looking for. So we are really simple. We have an audio source. Here's our script for our game manager. We are going to public audio source. We'll call it audio. We'll jump back out so I don't forget again. Audio source. Wait for it to build. And audio source. There we go. We'll go back to our script, and we're going to find out why this is complaining. Oh, because look, it's hiding a friggin' component. Because why not? It really doesn't matter. And let's see. You have landed your landerer. Let's put our thing before. So we're going to go with audio. We need a wind sound and a loon sound is what we need. We need to be able to tell which one is which. So we're going to have a public. Can I have public? Thank you. Audio clip. Win audio and public audio clip. Use audio. We'll just make this super simple. And then we do audio source clip. Can I? Audio.clip equals, and this is the win audio. And then we do audio.play. Audio.play. Yeah, play is fine because we don't have it set for looping. We just set it to play. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. I'm not trying to make this too hard, but I'm not trying to make it too simple. I'm just trying to show the main differences between everything. And, I mean, there's simple things like audio. There's really not much you can do. So there's a game manager. We'll wait for this to go in. And then we'll do a win audio and a lose audio. So we have a win audio, and then we have a lose audio. So in theory, if we've done this, when we win, we should get a win sound. When we lose, we should get an explosion. And then everything should restart. So let's find out. Okay, it says we exploded our lander. I'm hoping sound played out. Let's find out with the win. I have the microphone over, not playing back sounds. Let's see. Okay, let's try to land. And there we go. I saw desktop audio. Oh wait, I exploded. I didn't land. Dang it. Oh. How am I supposed to test winning if I explode? Oh, come on, come on. There we go. Cool. So there we go. So that's really as simple as that. We have a source that can play audio, and then we simply have audio clips that we play. Nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary. The more fun is going to be once we add in our players ship. So our script is going to need to access our audio source. So we're going to need to create an audio source. Of course. Can I stop clicking on stuff? Thank you. So player script. Let's give ourselves an audio source. So public audio source equals, audio source audio. Duh. We'll go back into Unity, wait for it to load up. There we go. We'll add an audio source. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to change this. Because this is complaining that it's a hidden one. So I'm curious if there is an actual hidden component in there that I don't need a public variable to get at audio. So we'll get rid of that. It should disappear. And then we have just audio here. Now the audio clip we know is going to be thrust because that's what I want, and we want it to be looping. So that should be that. So now our player should play the thrust sound. It should start when I hit play because it's set to play on awake. If I hit play. And there we go. It looks like it is. We don't want play on awake, but I just want to make sure it worked. So there we go. Cool. Now we need to actually play, and we need to figure out the appropriate time for it to play. And this is where lots of fun stuff comes in. So our sound for the thruster should only be playing when the thruster is playing. But we only have one sound for the thruster, so we always want to make sure that the sound is playing when the particle is playing. So it should be pretty simple. If right thruster is playing, or left thruster is playing, or bottom thruster is playing. So if any of the particle effects are playing, and let's go ahead and do this, the audio is, I guess, playing. Yeah, audio source of cache. Can you tell me? It's playing, right? Seriously? Why am I not getting autocomplete? Seriously? So Unity, Visual Studio is complaining because an audio was already there, and then the autocomplete that we can see here on the screen is telling me that it's been deprecated, which is what I thought, and you should be using the Git component or the public version. Seriously? Gosh darn it. Ugh. It's just funnier than hell. But, you know what? I'm just going to call it there. So now we have no conflict. Make it easier. And of course, this needs to be the lowercase. Thank you. Is playing. Took me forever to get that. And it's not playing. So this is all I was trying to do. If any of our thrusters are playing and we don't have audio playing, then we're going to go ahead and start our audio. I mean, really, that's just as simple as that. Else, so else if, because we only want it to be either playing or stop. We don't want both. So we pretty much literally just flip this, but I just want to double check and make sure before we do anything. So if no thrusters are playing, no thrusters are playing, no thrusters are playing, and the audio is playing, then we stop the audio. Go source, dot stop. Not stop. I'm not The Simpsons. There we go. Now, if we save it, we go back out, we go back in here, we wait for this to show back up, grab our audio source, drag it onto there. Now, in theory, no sound should play, except when I have my thrusters activated. So nothing's playing. Thrusters are activated. I see sound. I see no sound. I see sound. No sound. There we go. So now our thrusters are playing. There we go. I noticed my bar is gone. Why is my bar gone? Oh, because I moved my bar outside of the screen. That's really not helpful. Why has no one ever noticed these things? X. There we go. Hey, my fuel bar is back in case anyone was wondering what happened to it. There we go. So now we have sound when there should be sound and no sound when there should not be sound. Cool. So now we have thruster sound, we have wind sound, and we have loose sound. Those are my only sound events. So we're good. We are done inside of Unity with sound. We can move on over to Unreal Engine. I think we might keep this one semi-short. Same thing. We have already done it once. This should literally be repeating what you're doing just inside of a different interface. We have audio folder. I'm going to grab my audio clips. I'm going to drag them in and drop them inside of here. It'll import them. Now, we should be able to play each sound, and they should all work. Inside of our sound clips themselves, this is where our looping option is at. That's what I was looking for before. So the audio clips themselves inside of Unreal Engine control things such as their volume and looping options and things like that. We have our audio. We're done there. We have our win and lose events that need to play our sound. So let's find our framework. Let's find our Lander framework. We have lose and win events. We're going to put in sound right here. So we'll move these over. And the nice thing is we have some really simple user interface type events called play sound 2D, not events, functions that we can just use. So let's see, you have landed. We're going to go with win. You have exploded. We're going to go with explosion. And that's all we need to do for sound for winning and losing. That's it. We're just simply adding in another node and it plays us the win or lose sound. You're doing a fancier game. You'd want to do positional sound maybe when your truck explodes. Yeah, we'll understand all that. This is a simple game, simple project. This is just an explosion sound or a wind sound, music, whatever. We just want something working. This is the equivalent of what we just did in Unity. Nice and simple. This will automatically create the audio source as needed and simply play it. You don't need to attach it or associate it. Let's find our ship. And here's our player. So inside of here, we have activate and deactivate. We have this tied into our thrusters, our visual for the thrusters. So we're going to use this for our audio for our thrusters. So we'll do the same thing. Play sound 2D, and this will be thrust. But we want to make sure, of course, we did the same sanity check before. So whenever this is activated, whenever our thrust is activated, so whenever a thruster button is pushed, we are going to play the sound if it's not currently playing. So that's kind of where an issue comes in. Remember I said it was fire and forget? Well, because it's fire and forget, we have no idea of knowing is sound actually playing. So we need to actually go ahead and add an audio component to this one. And we'll get it. And we will play. So is playing. We'll do an if check. And we'll see if it's playing. And the nice thing is all of these can branch back to this one thing when it's done for our execution. So if someone pushes a thrust button, and we're going to go ahead and fire off our thrust button. So it's already basically, we're firing off for the first time. Then we're going to go ahead and, see, this is going to, can't do that because technically if it's two of our thrusters are, oh yeah, because we're checking to see if it's playing already. So basically, if it's not playing for the first time, it's going to go ahead and play it. Get audio and then play. So roughly the same code that we did before. We just kind of need to set up our audio. So sound thrust. There we go. So I think it's going to work. Let's find out. Let's see. Oh, no, I have desktop audio going. We don't want that. I probably have play on awake. Nope. What we have is auto activate turned on. There we go. Same thing as play on awake. Okay. So no sound. I have thrust, but I have no sound. Let's see. So auto activates there, but why is autoplay turned on? Because we know that why that's working. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay, why? Oops, darn it. Clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry about that. There we go. So that's what I was looking for. Player. Oh, audio. Because auto activate. Yeah, auto activate should have been fine. So why is the sound coming out funny? I gotta admit, I'm confused. Oh, damn it. Oh. Okay. Okay, so hopefully someone noticed. Once again, not paying attention. Just simply, one of the issues with the blueprints is it's hard to gloss, well, not hard, easy to gloss over certain things. So what I'm doing here is saying, hey, if you're currently playing, go ahead and play. Not false, or not if you're not. Basically, I was saying play if you're already playing and not play if you're not playing. So it was supposed to be not auto-activated like it was. And there we go. Once I actually push the button, now it's going to activate. I don't have it stopping, but we have it starting at least. So we do need to figure out the next part. We need to figure out in regards to deactivating the sound. So this is comes in. All of these, if it's active, it deactivates the thruster. So after we deactivate the thruster, we probably want to check. Now, I know this is going to be an issue. So, okay. I know this is going to be an issue because I ran into this during my testing. The problem is, and I mentioned this before, the thrusters activate and deactivate as a particle effect. Now, if I tell the thruster, the particle effect to deactivate, it doesn't mean the actual particle effect itself has stopped completely. It could still be playing. And the problem is because the Unity system, if we were to pull it up and we were to look at the player script, keep in mind this is all running on a fixed update. Every single update, it's checking to see, hey, is this stuff still playing? If it's still playing, then we're going to go ahead and do something with the sound. Well, technically, it's going to fix update, get all the input, blah, blah, blah. So every tick, it's going to check for the sound stuff. With the way we've engineered this system to be more efficient, it only checks on the key up or key down. So that's fine. But the problem is on the key down, if we tell it to stop playing, for example, let's say we turn this into a audio stop. Delete, thank you. Stop. And we turn this to a true. So if the audio is currently playing and we deactivate a thruster, we want it to stop. The issue we're going to run into is, let's go back to my sound. Give me a second. There we go. When we push, we have our thruster, and then it stops. Thruster stops. So we have sound. Dang it. Didn't mean to die. Okay. So we have sound playing. But if you notice, I have sound, no sound, sound, no sound. If I switched to different inputs, the problem is when I immediately let go of one of the inputs, I ran out of gas. When I let go of one of the inputs, it immediately deactivates the sound. We don't want that. We want the sound to persist as long as there's something playing. And the problem is you cannot have a particle, well, you can, but we don't have our particles immediately stop when we deactivate them. We have them continue on for a little bit. They have a little bit of decay life. So the easiest solution to this is to actually mimic what we're doing in Unreal. In Unity, we are going to simply do the same check that we are doing in Unity inside of Unreal on a tick. I don't like doing this, but it's kind of one of the easiest ways of doing this. Basically, hey, when your thrusters are completely off, go ahead and shut off. Actually, oh man, now that, or I think, you know what? I just thought about something. On particle death, I wonder if, see, you guys got me thinking. You had to, I wonder if, okay, so let me try something. Let's see, bottom thruster. Okay, I prefer doing things. Event name, event. Okay, so let me see. Print string death. Okay, I prefer doing things a more efficient way. If I don't have to use a tick, I don't want to use a tick. And I actually hadn't thought about this in a while. Okay. Well, I'm not getting anything printing out on particle death. So that's system finished. Called when the particle system is done. Okay, let's try this one. There we go. Okay, well, then I take it back. There is a way of doing it. We will grab our particle finished. Okay, cool. So I'm glad we had this talk. I'm glad we figured this out. I should be able to take that code that, of course, I deleted and apply it. Let's align this to the right. That way the right's the same. Okay, so when all of these are done, oh crap, because even then, oh no, because we should be able to check for finished whenever one of these is done. Okay, so if the bottom uh, uh, active is active, right? Yeah. If this is active, we want not. Okay. Yeah, I think we can do this. I think this will work, and this should only fire in theory when particles die. That's kind of my hope here. Bottom thruster, left thruster, right thruster. If all three of these are true, then we are going to, and this is going to be really ugly because I'm testing. Okay, there we go. If all three of these are true, then we take the audio and we stop it. Okay, I think this will work. I think this will be more efficient than a tick, and I think it'll work. So let's see. So we have nothing playing. We have audio correctly on all the things. We let go. I still have audio playing. We let go. No. Okay, so that didn't work because technically, I think the problem is we still have, I'm pretty sure we still have stuff active. I guess I was hoping for this to work. Okay. So that one's active, that one's active, that one's active. Resume. Not active, not active, not active. Okay, see? So the problem is this one just fired, for example, it fired off as dead, as finished. But the problem is we still have an active particle right here. Yeah. So even though I thought it could, we still have an active particle even when the system finishes. Oh, dang it. Yeah, see, so that was a good idea. I wished it would work, but unfortunately the active is what we use, and active, again, it doesn't deactivate even when the particle system's done. The particle system has to be done before it happens. So, not a big deal. We'll put this on a tick. We're already here. Oh, there's my tick. Oh, there's my tick. Put my tick down here. Okay, so we'll check on the tick. If it is active, so if it's no longer active, we're going to go ahead and stop the audio component, right? That's what we're doing. Event tick. Every tick we're going to go through. We're going to check and see. Oh, and then we need to check and see if this is actually playing. So, my component playing, and then we can do and over here like this. Technically, we don't need multiple. We'll do this. Okay. Okay, so every tick, we're going to check and see, are these thrusters active? Are they not active, all three of them? If that is true, we're going to check and see if the audio is playing. If the audio is playing, then we're going to go ahead and stop the audio. So we'll try this again. Oops, we accidentally hit. We don't need that. Okay. So we have sound, no sound, sound, no sound, sound, sound. You'll notice sound properly goes even if I switch back and forth. So back, forth, back, forth. Sound will not cut out until, whoop, out of fuel. Dang it. I keep forgetting I have the out of fuel stuff in there. I didn't have it in the test version, so that's funnier than hell. Okay, so there we go. So the audio will start playing whenever we hit one of the audio buttons, and then the audio will stop playing whenever we do it here. So we had to do kind of a half and half. We're not going to pull every time to start the audio. We're only going to pull when you hit the thruster button, but unfortunately we still have to pull for now. There may be other ways of doing it. There could be other settings. There are probably other ways of making it a toggle system for the sound. However, we didn't do that, and this is basically how we would recreate those if checks inside of Unity and doing this inside of Blueprints.